Well, let's get into this immediately. Ron Jeremy is back in the news again. If those of you who have been under a rock haven't seen any of my coverage, Ron Jeremy was on trial for multiple sexual assaults. And then we find out that Ron Jeremy was very mentally ill with dementia. The dementia that he has was really aggressive. His mind is gone. It's just literally what was Ron Jeremy is no longer. And the thing about it is, and we discussed this before, the district attorney knew this. They knew in advance that he was ill, but they just went forward with this case. And this is the problem we have with our legal system right now, especially in California and in Seattle and New York. There are cases out there that are being dropped and others that should be dropped for medical issues and other situations that are not being done. It's just a waste of taxpayers' money. But let's get into this out of XBiz. Ron Jeremy is currently the subject of a probate conservatorship following the January 2023 decision by Los Angeles judge to declare him incompetent to stand trial for multiple cases of sexual assault and rape. A spokesman at the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office confirmed to XBiz that Jeremy is currently the subject of a probate conservatorship and that his situation will be reviewed later this month. As XBiz reported in March, Jeremy's sister Susan Billote filed a petition asking the judge in the case to appoint attorney Ellen Finkelberg as Jeremy's conservator and for her to be given the authority to make decisions regarding the former adult performer's finances and health care. He has been found incompetent to stand trial in a criminal case due to his diagnosis with symptoms of Lewy body dementia and has been pending a transfer to a state hospital. The petition explained, urging the judge to appoint a conservator to help with Jeremy's transfer to a private, secure perimeter facility specializing in the treatment of dementia. The statement by the DA's office to XBiz is the first confirmation that Jeremy was indeed placed under a probate conservatorship sometime between March and August. In May, Jeremy's attorney, Stuart Goldfarb, told XBiz that the case has been postponed until November. At that time, Goldfarb said that Jeremy was still at Patton State Hospital, a forensic psychiatric hospital in San Bernardino. A probate conservatorship is a type of conservatorship under California Penal Probate Code Section 1800 that, according to jurisprudence, is usually imposed when it is established that the conservatee is unable to provide properly for his or her personal needs for physical health, food, clothing, or shelter. Probate conservatorships may be ordered upon the application of relatives or friends of the conservatee rather than only upon the application of the public guardian. In Los Angeles County, probate conservatorships are handled by the probate department. This specific type of conservatorship gained increased public attention in the last few years due to the controversy over singer Britney Spears being under one for over a decade. In more jurisdictions, the American Bar Association reported titled Persons Living with Dementia and the Criminal Justice System explains when a person is found unable to stand trial, the defendant is automatically committed to a medical hospital for restoration of capacity. The very nature of progressive dementia, like Alzheimer's disease, is that the restoration is impossible. We've heard repeatedly of persons with dementia being sent back and forth between mental hospitals, jails, and court hearings. This is correct. This is the problem with our system, is that basically there are people very ill out there that they're dementia, Alzheimer's, but yet they're being thrown back and forth in the court system. The court legislature amended the probate code so that a person with major neurocognitive disorder, as defined in the last published edition of the Diagnostic and Statistic Manual of Mental Disorders, should have a conservatorship to serve the person's unique and special needs. The legislature has added powers to probate conservatorship for people with major neurocognitive disorders so that their unique and special needs can be met. In January, when Judge Robert Harrison ruled that Jeremy was not competent to be tried for multiple counts of sexual assault against him, the judge considered two medical reports by the defense and the prosecution. This is correct. Both sides have said, no, he cannot go through this trial. Both reports agreed that Jeremy suffers from an incurable neurocognitive decline. Harrison also explained that both medical reports indicated that Jeremy would most likely not be restorable. Jeremy has remained in custody in either a men's county jail or at a county medical facility since his arrest in June of 2020. After the August 2021 grand jury indictment was returned, Jeremy pled not guilty to 12 counts of forcible rape, 7 counts of forcible oral copulation, 6 counts of sexual battery by restraint, 4 counts of sexual penetration by a foreign object, 2 counts of sexual penetration of an unconscious or sleeping person, and 1 count of lewd act upon a child under the age of 14 or 15, sodomy by force within the assault intended to commit rape. In November 2021, XBiz published the detailed account of the 21 accusations that formed the Los Angeles County District Attorney's case against Jeremy. It remains only comprehensive journalistic account of the testimonies given before the grand jury. And, you know, there's not a lot of us that have been covering this. Understand that. I happen to be one of them. XBiz and Gustav Turner is the other that has been covering this on there. There are a couple other YouTubers that lightly has covered this. Mainstream media will only pick this up if it's a major situation on there. And see, the thing is, okay, let me put in this perspective. What we have here, okay, is there's going to be no satisfaction for both sides. Understand this. Understand this. Innocent until proven guilty. That's the first thing. And those who are victims, they have to get their day in court. Nobody's going to get their day in court truly for this. It is a shame. It's basically, you know, people will criticize, oh, Ron got away with this. No, it's not that he got away with this. He will never, ever get his day in court. I mean, for all we know, these charges could be literally not true, or if they are true, these might have happened due to his dementia. You know, it's a possibility because we don't know exactly when it started, but we know in the last several years, and you can see these from the videos themselves. People counted that he might have been on drugs or drunk, but from listening to the interviewers, Ron was, you know, and some of his friends have said this too there in the industry, that, you know, Ron said Ron has been going away, his mind has been going for many years now. But we're not going to know if that was part of the situation, wasn't part of the situation. Again, you know, you have to have your day in court. It's in the Constitution. You know, his declining health. He's going to be ending up the rest of his life in some state mental hospital for the rest of his whatever days he has in his life. Understand that. You know, people will scream and say, well, you didn't get justice. Anyone who's been accused of these horrific crimes would want to go to trial on there. Unless you're the sickest fuck ever. You know, and people will say, well, Ron Jeremy. No. You know, people, it depends on who you are. We don't know what was in Ron's mind. We don't. You know, I still ask. There's some questions on some of the allegations, especially the underage one, which supposedly is supposed to have happened in a nightclub. What's an underage girl doing in a nightclub of that nature? Suppose it was I think a rough nightclub. You know, a lot of people, heavy drinkers and stuff like that there, and a lot of things that happened at that nightclub. Now, I'm not certain if that was the situation, but supposedly that's what was being said. But we'll never hear that evidence. We'll never see that evidence in a trial to know how these events occurred. You know, it's a situation that, you know, unfortunately, this shouldn't have gone to this level. Ron was hitting with this dementia. The accusations came in, but from the point of view of what the DA has been saying, Ron was running with this dementia prior to the indictment. So, you know, like I said, District Attorney pushed this forward, and realizing later, you can't try this guy. There's no way you're going to get a guilty verdict from any jury or judge in the system. The man is gone. The man's mind is gone. And, you know, I'm sorry to say that, but unfortunately, he's gone. It's, you know, people with dementia issues, Alzheimer's, you know, Parkinson's, you know, I know people that have gone through this, and their minds are, you know, they're not there like it used to be. They're not sharp as it's at. But like I said, this is something you never want your worst enemy to go through. And like I said before, you'll say there's no justice. You know, he got away. Nobody got their day in court. Both sides did not get their day. But who for me to say what a man with a show? Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to share this video. Hit the like, notification bell, and hopefully maybe today's the day I've earned your subscription. Once again, we are on vacation, and we'll be back in September with some great content for you. New episodes of Man with the Show, Fast 5, and also the return of Man Cafe exclusively on Rumble. And also, if you want to help support a content creator like me, there are two ways to do it. Below is listing in our description. You can make a fast one-time donation, even for a cup of coffee. It would greatly be appreciated. It's listed below. And also, we do have a merch shop, which this month for back to school, we'll be offering an additional 10% off. Be sure to use our promo code of SUMMER10 and get an additional 10% off your next purchase. Thank you for clicking on this video. We'll see you on the next one. And don't forget, support your local content creator.